Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for joining Talk Shop by Faiza Tasneem today. We are very happy to have a very energetic young girl from Nigeria joining live from Nigeria with us. Edua uh, Stephen has been working with
Yes.
she has done her MS from Birmingham City University. Before going to Birmingham, UK, she had her accounting degree from Nigeria, and she is now working as a senior administrator with the office of the head of civil services of the Federation in Abuja, Nigeria. Thank you so much, Edua. Very warm welcome to you in today's episode.
Thank you, Faiza. Thank you. Good
Absolutely
to be here.
good to see you after so many years.
Likewise.
Right. Edward, we will start with your childhood. Please tell us a bit about what sort of childhood you have had, the fond memories, the naughty stuff that you have done, the spanking you had from your mother. Yeah.
My childhood was fun. Honestly, it was fun. And I'm the last born. I'm the last child.
Okay.
I have 3 older siblings. So I had lots of attention, especially from my father.
That's great.
And my parents really, really put in all their best to give us the best education. They invested. Before I did my master's, I would tell anyone that my primary school education was my best because that laid a solid foundation for me to build upon. And that experience in primary school, I took it to secondary school and, just like that. So growing up with my older ones was challenging. I was naughty at times, and they would spank me, and I would fight with them. But the better part of it was fun, and my primary school again really helped a lot. The teachers were not afraid. Were not. They will tell you what you should do. They identified qualities in their students. So from a very tender age, I was told I had leadership qualities. And then we had Boy Scouts, we had the Girls Guide Association, we had the Red Cross. So I was in Girl Guide.
Oh, this is great.
In primary school. I became the assistant patrol leader. And I was the first school prefect in my primary school, the first head girl. So I was exposed to leadership role at a very young age. Very, very
nice. So you have had a very creative childhood. I must say that very supportive environment, and you studied very well, and I'm sure you were a good grader because I know that you scored very well in MS programs you did in the UK.
Yes.
So so you were a hard worker as well as a creative person. This is really absolutely great. Absolutely great.
Thank you.
So, Edward, you mentioned that you worked in Red Cross and you had a Girl Scout program in which you took part in. So, I'm assuming these were volunteer projects that you did.
Yes. It was more like an extracurriculum activity for us in primary school. Yeah. For us so we had the opportunity to choose whichever association we wanted to be a part of. So I chose the Girl Guide Association and we worked side by side with the Boy Scouts. So we'd go camping, we'll go camping, we'll go for, competitions and all that. So and maybe you can say volunteering, but at that age, although we didn't use that word, it was just more like fun. And then to develop ourselves, because sometimes they'll call us to speak or they can give us a particular subject to talk on. So it built us up even from a very young age.
Right. But Edward, your voice is breaking. Your voice is breaking? Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Let's check your mic.
I don't know. The mic. Can you hear me clearly?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you clearly, but when you're talking,
Hello,
it
can you
just,
still hear me?
yeah, yeah. But sometimes it just goes off.
Okay,
No problem. Right.
it goes off. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So, um,
Sorry.
no problem. So, Edward, you must have made wonderful friends. You must have made wonderful memories when you went for camping, when you did your study, your school life. Tell us about yours.
Yes.
Tell us or share us a memory that's really dear to you, that still makes you smile when you sit alone and you think about all the time.
My being, I think the time they made me school prefect, school
Oh,
prefect back then in my primary school,
okay.
and just having that responsibility to be in charge of the whole school, other students,
Oh, really?
and then having to be punctual. Yes, I was. I don't think I ever went late to school in
Oh,
my
this is
primary school.
great.
I was always in time. Most times, my mom would drop me, and I'll be the first student in the whole school. I would
Wow.
just go in and sit down. Yes, open the windows, clean my table and my chair, and just sit quietly for the next student to come in. I think my primary school, the whole experience
Oh, this
is
is
very
great.
memorable for me because we had teachers who were really involved with us,
Mm,
who they knew what they were doing. They taught us well. They cared for us. And that's, for me, anytime I think about it, I'm always happy
oh,
that
this
I
is
had
nice.
that opportunity.
This is
Yes, I had that
nice.
opportunity. Had that opportunity. And I'm forever grateful, to my parents for putting me there and nurturing me.
Absolutely.
We had Indian teachers,
Hmm.
Ghanaian teachers. Our headmistress was from Ireland,
Oh,
so it
really?
was fun. Yes, and we had to mix with different people like that. So my primary school, being the head girl, it was fun. I know that privilege as and you're being the first head girl. I had my badge and
Yeah,
all
and
that. I had my
all the
assistant.
glory which
Yes,
comes with it and all the.
exactly, exactly.
Oh, this is lovely. So I think you will be the right person to ask this question. How important it is to have this interaction with positivity and people around you when you are in your formation years who can support you and nurture your talent and who are not judgmental. How important I think, in your opinion, how important it is for to provide an environment to our children nowadays, especially with this pandemic and there is so much going on. So, how important do you think this particular element of having people who are absolutely not judgmental, who would love you and care for you for who you are?
Mm,
So, I think it has played a wonderful, it has done tremendous things to you. So,
yes,
so what
it's
is your
very
opinion?
it's very very important because number one, when someone believes in you and is not judgmental, it helps to build your confidence
Yes, yes,
and your
yes,
self-esteem early enough, early enough.
yeah.
And once you have people that can identify some, certain qualities that you have and help you develop it and build
Hmm,
upon it, it stays with you.
hmm.
You might maybe go off track, but it doesn't
Absolutely.
fully leave you. I mean, you might go off track at some point. We get distracted along the way, but it doesn't fully leave you. Because once you retrace your steps back,
Hmm.
you begin to see yourself manifesting and doing, and you feel like, wow, so I
Yeah.
can actually do this, I can do that. So it's very, 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 very important. Very important. I remember then in my primary school during the end of year when we were leaving school, my teacher called me and I gave a speech. She wrote it down and in front of parents, in front of my classmates, in front of other students. That also helped me like, okay, you can do it. That was the first time I had to stand and face crowd like that. So it's very important. We need people in our lives from a very early age, help us to stand. And when they are no longer there, we can still stand and do what we're
Absolutely.
supposed to do.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right that it is so important for people to realize that they are loved, they are cared, they are
Yeah,
going to be always there are going to be always people around them that that are going to guide them no matter how
yes,
many problems they face, no matter what mistakes they commit. It is so important. So, Etta, before you went to UK, you did BS from Nigeria. So, what set of
yes, I did.
skills prepared you to excel in UK, which was altogether a different type of teaching environment. There was a different, absolute different environment, different
Absolutely
curriculum,
different.
different way of doing things. So, what do you think that the study in Nigeria or the pattern of the study that you followed in Nigeria prepared you, or did you have to struggle at some point in time in UK? Tell us about your experiences both in Nigeria as a student and then in UK as a student.
Okay. Okay, from university days, I had my BSc in accounting, and then I went for master's in international human resource management. Now, accounting is a bit difficult.
Okay.
It's more challenging, in my opinion, than human resources. And again, university environment is tough in Nigeria. I went to a federal university. I didn't go to a private university. So there's a difference between the federal university here in Nigeria and the
Yeah.
private.
In a public
Sometimes
and
federal
private
universities
university, yes,
are
absolutely.
tougher. Yes, they are tougher.
Yeah.
You have to put in 100%
Yeah.
to study and come out, with an
Mm.
excellent result. So having that struggle, and I stayed alone in my school days, in my BSc accounting. I stayed alone. I stayed off campus, so I lived alone. Having to be
Mm.
independent again helped me. And one of my strengths is I can adjust easily. I can adapt
Mm.
easily. So that skill also helped me in the UK.
Absolutely.
When I came there, okay, fine. I had to navigate the environment, cultural difference, and all that. But the way and manner of teaching the UK was very different from the
Mm.
one in Nigeria. It was
Mm.
different. Settle down and really try to understand
Mm.
it.
Mm. Mm.
It wasn't difficult for me at all. And then also you having to listen carefully
Mm.
because there's a different accent in the UK than in Nigeria.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that also I
There's
knew
too
I knew
many
that
accents there. Yes.
I had to put in yes, double effort. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that really helped me. Once you go through Nigerian system of education, especially federal university, you can basically survive
Oh,
anywhere, in my opinion.
I think that's
You
absolutely
can,
true for students in Pakistan too. Once you survive the environment and the study style in Pakistan, I think anywhere in the world you can thrive and survive.
you can
Absolutely.
try.
Prepares you.
Yes,
Absolutely. Absolutely prepares you for so many unprecedented things.
true, true.
Yeah.
It does. It
So,
does.
so if you had to give advice to people who are going from your country to UK to study, what are a few things that you would want to tell them in advance to prepare for the transition in
Ah,
UK? Absolutely, it's absolutely different. And when you are a child
yes.
with shoestring budget with you and not a lot of money in your hand to spend there, what are a few things that you will advise to students from Nigeria who are planning to go in future to UK for study? What is it that they should do to successfully stay there, complete their degree, and not come under pressure or have stress of meeting so many deadlines that they give you to submit different projects?
Just number one thing is know what you are going there for and be focused about it. And
Good.
once you are focused, you know what you're doing. And
Hmm.
then you get to school, you get to the UK, even if any other country, you get
Hmm.
to the UK, try and study your environment.
Absolutely.
Yes, you must study the environment, and again, prepare for culture, let's say cultural shock. or climate shock. Any that by the time you plan for those things, it will help you. And then once you went to your class, identify with people or with students who are also serious and focused like you. And most times who are even have better knowledge than you are. It will help you. It will help you a lot. Don't just try and be an island on your own. No, no, no. Try, try, try. Leave the partying, leave all those things aside for now. Focus on what you are doing, what you went there to do. There's always time to, involve in social activities and
Absolutely.
all that. And you will excel, you will excel.
Absolutely. I think it's a wonderful advice that you're giving, no matter which part of the country that you are coming from to
Yes,
another foreign land, study the culture there, the local
yes,
culture, and also be focused on the thing that you are there for. And you
yes.
can, socialize whenever you are done with the degree, because from your experience and mine experience, I can tell that it is a very research based, very student oriented study pattern that UK universities adopt. And it
Yes.
is not easy. Once you fall back, it is not easy to catch up. So you're spending a lot
Mm-mm.
of money. You're spending a lot of money.
Exactly.
Absolutely. So make every
Exactly.
penny count over there. And uh, Edwin and I can absolutely endorse on this particular fact that there is a lot of support in the environment available. There are a lot of tutors who are very, very good, very, very supportive. And if you don't
Yes.
understand anything in the class, you can always go to them and you can, set up an appointment with them and you can discuss the
Yes.
ideas. Absolutely. So
Yes.
yeah. So learning is our own responsibility when we are in a foreign land.
It is. It
So,
is.
so Adam,
100%.
when you were in UK, did you do any part-time job or any volunteer work?
Oh yes, I did. I did volunteer at CAB, Citizen Advice Bureau.
Okay,
CAB.
okay.
Yes.
So,
I,
so
I did. I was at reception. I was a receptionist there. I had to.
oh,
I was the first point of contact with clients coming in for various issues, from
okay,
housing, to trying to get what's the word now, cases resolved
yeah.
and all that. So it was wonderful, and that helped me because I volunteered at CAPS, Citizens Advice Bureau. I was
Mm,
also able to get to do my placement there,
mm. For the
and
project
then
that you had to do.
for the project, yes, for our final project.
Yeah.
So that helped me a lot, a lot. And dealing with different people coming in with
Mm,
different personalities,
mm,
some may be violent, some calm, and just trying to understand their cases. And then I
mm,
would I would have to refer them to the appropriate caseworker to
mm.
work with them. So that I'm
It's a
grateful also
valuable
for
insight
that
you have had, with not
opportunity.
only of the
Yes,
system, but of the people, and you networked and you learned about what sort of problems they are
yes,
going through and how to help them. So,
yes,
it was a great experience for you. So, would you
yes,
advise people going, the students going there, to look for volunteer work over there whenever they have
yes,
space and time? Why is what
absolutely.
why should they do that? It's not paid,
It's
but it's not a paid thing,
no,
what is it that they can drive out of it, such experiences?
yes, you can get experience from volunteering.
Yeah.
And again, it helps when you want to move along and apply for your PhD.
Hmm.
I have a friend of mine, a classmate. She's
Hmm.
currently doing her PhD in Leeds now. And one
That's
thing
great.
she told me is volunteer to just for that the fact that she volunteered both in Nigeria and then when she was in US helped her a lot in her research,
Oh, this is lovely.
helped her a lot in able to write articles. So it's not paid
Hmm.
at all. It's not paid, but
Hmm.
you get experience from it. You
Yeah.
make connections from it.
Yes.
And then who knows? From there, you can even get a paid
Yeah.
employment
So you
So
create
it's
a
very,
network when
yes,
you are doing these,
network, yes.
yeah. So, and you're
You
actually,
build your CV with it. You build your CV
absolutely,
with it. It's my CV that I volunteered that counts.
absolutely,
It's
absolutely.
there.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. It is so important, especially when you're in a foreign land and as a student, it is so important to get attached to, the local organizations over there, the local NGOs over there. It is important to do something over there in order to develop your network, because it is not
Yes.
easy to get a, straight away a paid job in a foreign land.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So
It's not
it's, to be honest, it is not very easy in your own home country as well. So when you are a student
as well.
in
Yes.
our own, yeah, so you do a lot of, unpaid jobs. You do a lot of
Mm-hmm.
shadowing and play secondments and apprenticeships. It is just to, build up your network, gain experience, because teaching theory and studying theory is one thing. Having its application in the society and see how
Yes.
that thing plays out is an absolutely other thing.
It's another
So
thing.
no, yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. So Edwin, you had a very good combination. You did accounting and then you did an HR degree. How did having an accounting degree, did you feel that having an accounting degree helped you have better concepts of how HR is?
Okay. Well, it helped me. Yes, it did, because accounting degree was not just all about figures and tables. We
Hmm.
also had theory. We also had to learn other topics. So
Management side
that
of
knowledge,
accounting.
management side, exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
So when we had, for example, Vanessa Clark, I think Vanessa Clark took us on learning and development, and then all the and then human resources as a whole.
Hmm.
You start seeing bits and pieces
Hmm.
of what you were taught back, what I was taught rather in
Hmm.
Nigeria. So it helped me. So it wasn't completely new or foreign to me. Just it helped me a lot.
Absolutely, yes,
Mhm.
absolutely. It is absolutely important to, learn, improve your, have a different approach to all the type of learnings that we gather, be it accounting or HR. Both these fields coexist, and in all the departments, organizations that you go about in the world, you see both of these departments playing a very integral role in
Yes,
maintaining the sanity of the wealth management portfolio as well as people management portfolio. So they bridge a lot of
exactly.
things together. So it's important to have,
Yes.
good insight into that. Sorry. But through the journey that you have had, uh, you must have met a lot of memorable people. Some of them would have been very good friends of yours, and others might have turned into mentors. So, are there any people that you can recall as mentors in your life, and you would like to, say something good about them today on this particular platform?
Wow, wow. Mentors, okay. For academics, for academics. Hmm.
Both, both,
I'll pick both,
academics
yes,
and personal
academics
life.
and
Yeah,
career.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
I'll pick
absolutely.
that. For academics, my auntie
Okay.
and my mom, because those two women, they they've never stopped reading, and there are people that I can always rely on. Which I remember when I was writing my project in school then, BSc, before I before I sent it in, I had to forward it to my auntie. Like, please
Okay.
go through it and see, just correct any grammar, anything that
Yeah.
is not right. And they always encourage you to go to school. They always did. They always did. My mom went for her master's even after having
Oh, this
four
is
of us.
great. Oh, this is great. Incredible.
Had MBA, yes. And then she didn't stop there. She went ahead and did her fellowship in nursing, and she's a fellow of the West African College of Nursing. It's
Oh,
just PhD
this
she
is
didn't do.
great.
Yes,
Incredible.
same thing with my auntie. They are very knowledgeable. My mom has written 4 books
That's absolutely
already.
fabulous.
Yes, so for academics and education wise, my mom, my auntie. For career, my mentor. This might sound a little bit cliche and everything. It was my husband.
Oh, this is great. Lovely.
because he he too is in the civil service. But
Mm.
what he knows at his level, I can boldly say that some directors in the civil service can't even do half of what he does.
Oh, this is great.
He makes himself available to work and he applies himself. Another person is my director, my head of department, where I work. He's someone that he's so valuable. When he
Mm.
goes for meetings, he doesn't even really need to prepare. You can call upon him like this and he will deliver
No,
100%.
this is
And
wonderful.
I've seen after, yes, after work, I work closely with him. I just noticed that he made himself, I keep saying, just he made himself available to work. He wasn't afraid to ask questions, to learn, to go through files to see, okay, how this is done, or how what should I do, who should I ask.
Mm.
So those two people are my mentors when it comes to career wise, especially in federal civil service. And in the civil service, once you know your work, once you know your duty, once you know what you are meant to do, the sky is your limit. You see your superiors, they begin to look for you.
Mm.
When there are opportunities to grow, they include your name.
Absolutely.
When there are trainings come up like this, you are the first person they think of. And some of these trainings are not just in-house.
Mm.
It can be international.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It could be
Yes,
a,
and then you come back with more knowledge and then you excel. So these my husband and then my director for my career, then for academics, my mom. If I say I want to do PhD tomorrow, she's up for it, no problem. They
no, this is
encourage
great.
me.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So I think you should not delay your PhD because you have so much support in your house. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, your
I
husband
do.
and your mother and your aunt, you have such
Yes.
incredible human beings around you who could, help you with this particular journey because PhD is absolutely research oriented and there's a lot that you have
Yes,
to,
it is.
to do before you actually write a lot of things. So yes, you have intellectual people around you and you have the right environment in which you can thrive if you go for your PhD. So I am,
Yes.
I'm vouching for it and I'm shouting in your favor to do the PhD. Probably it will,
Thank you.
give me encouragement to follow my own dream of, completing and going for my PhD as well. So,
Exactly.
yeah,
Yes, we can even help each other and
absolutely.
support each other
Absolutely. Why
to
not?
go
Why
for
not?
it.
Have this
Yes.
collaboration and support each other for the
Exactly.
PhD. Absolutely. So,
Yes.
Edwin,
Yes. True.
you have beautifully summed up that it is so important to have people around in our life who can play such a tremendous role in shaping our thoughts and bringing positivity in whatever we
Mm.
do. So, if you were to, mentor someone in your life, in your with people have mentored you and I'm sure you would want to give back to the society if you ever have to mentor people especially young students or young people who are looking for job, what are a few advices that you would like to give from deriving from your own experiences from studenthood to jobs, permanent job, and now you are a civil servant over there. It is a very important
Mm.
position to hold in a society. Working with government and federal departments, it is not easy. One, to find the placement in such departments, they are very competitive, and there is a lot of pressure. Most of these jobs are very pressure oriented. So what are some of the skills that you want students to acquire to for them to become, uh, more employable in these times that we are passing through?
Okay. Some of the skills, I would list a few. Some of the skills. Let me start by saying it's good you build yourself up.
Okay.
It's good you build yourself up. Someone once told me, a very good friend of mine said, do not settle for less. Do not settle for less. You can
Good.
be better. You can be better. Build yourself up. Then I will start now by telling you some of the skills, communication skills.
Good. Spot
Two
on.
people can share, two people can share the same idea to you, but you will
Mm.
listen to one. Why? because of their communication.
Good. Good point.
It's one thing for you to be knowledgeable, it's one
Mm.
thing for you to have the experience, the expertise, but it's another thing for you to be able to communicate your ideas clearly to someone. And
Absolutely. You
it's
need to be
and
very
our
clear.
communication influences people. It's different in different ways.
Mm. Mm.
That they completely ignore you or they listen to you because of
Yeah.
what you are saying. So communicate confidently and express yourself clearly.
Mm.
Another skill is listening.
Listening.
Just listen. So sometimes we just need people to listen to us.
Absolutely.
It's
Absolutely.
not just about talking. You can be a very good talker and all that, but listen.
Yes.
Because after all, you are dealing with people, especially in human resources. You are dealing with people. So you should be able to communicate well to them. You should be able to listen to them. And then critical thinking is very important.
Mm.
And for you to develop that, have that critical thinking skill, you must be observant.
Mm.
You must be able to analyze and then form a judgment about a particular issue.
Mm. Mm.
And then another thing is patience.
Mm.
Patience is key, and some of the youngsters don't have patience at all. They
Absolutely.
lack patience.
Yeah. They
They
want to
want
become a
it
star
done
overnight.
today. They want it done now, overnight, now. But it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. It takes
Doesn't.
time. You go to school. You just don't get your certificate overnight. You
Absolutely.
work for it. It takes years.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
you have to you have to have patience.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you apply for jobs, they say no. What do you
Mm.
do? Do you
Absolutely.
now give up? Yes, you have to keep on pushing. Don't
Yeah.
and have patience, and then don't just accept no. Don't accept no. Keep pushing. You just might get that yes that you need.
Mm.
So all these skills and a little bit of advice that I've just said would help the young ones, honestly, would help them a lot.
Spot on, Edward. I think all the things that you have mentioned, they're extremely important. And I will add to this that those who are watching us, especially if they're looking for jobs or they are studying, it is so important to develop an attitude, which is, for a lot of people, but they will see when you are in an interviewee, yeah, they will see the attitude that you have over there during your interview. They can help you develop those skills on the job.
Mm,
They can help, but they probably will be, whenever your answers, so your body language, the way you dressed up, the way you address
exactly.
questions in during an interview, that can help
Exactly.
play a very fundamental role in you being selected or rejected.
Or rejected. True.
Yeah, yeah. And all
True.
of us, Edwa and I, we have been through so much rejection in our life, and it's not that we were, always welcomed in the roles that we have applied for. We applied for a lot of roles, and we have seen rejection and failures. But what we learned, I will ask you as well, Edwa. I'm sure mashallah, have had a wonderful, successful run through life right up till now. And for those who know you, the workers, of colleagues, of friends who know you, they know you for your kindness, thoughtfulness, and for your, professionalism. You're known to, to them with these elements. So, did are there any failures that help you shape your ideas? Were there any failures, any rejections that help you, become a better person? That make you think that no, okay, maybe I did something wrong and I can go back and retrace my steps and see if I could have done it better. Were there any instances in your life?
Okay. I won't say, will I say failures? I would just term it as challenges.
Yeah.
Okay, now I remember one instance though, when I was a youth member of an NGO, Inter African Committee. We traveled to Egypt. We traveled to Egypt, and I traveled alongside some personnel, senior personnel from Nigeria here, and one of them actually phoned me I was still in the hotel room, and I called her and said, ma, are you ready? We are waiting for you. And she was so upset that I spoke to her in that manner. And then, but when we met in the conference room, she called me aside, and advised me and said, sometimes when you're dealing with people like this, you have to know what you're saying and how you say it.
Oh.
So that she said, you are wonderful, but just that statement you made over the phone to me, it wasn't right. So from that instant, I am very careful when I'm dealing with. I don't, if I, especially my seniors, I give them all respect, the utmost respect, even my colleagues as well.
Absolutely.
That's one. That's one thing that just came to my mind now and I remember. Then another one that really challenged me and shaped me was is motherhood.
Mother.
I
Absolutely.
would say,
Absolutely.
having to balance my
Between,
home,
yeah.
and my workplace. Because here in Nigeria, your maternity leave is just 16 weeks.
Oh, okay.
And after that, you are back to work with your baby. So
Hmm.
you have to now find or a crèche or a good daycare to put your
Yeah.
child in,
And
and
it's
then
so
face your
young.
work and
Yeah.
still be productive. And
Absolutely.
still be productive. And for nursing mothers, you have to. I remember when maybe around 10, they will call me, your baby's crying. I have to go down and
Hmm.
nurse him, and then come back and
Hmm.
continue my.
Hmm.
So things like that. At that period of time that I
Hmm.
went through, the first 1 year of having my son, it was a bit challenging for me. But at the same time, it helped me now prioritize and balance my life. And this has come to stay. I cannot change it. Now, what do I do to help myself? What do I do to still become useful and productive in my workplace and not give excuse that, oh, my baby is this, oh, my baby is that? Because once you start giving an excuse and they just look at you, oh, she's not reliable. So
Yeah.
when opportunities come for you to travel, they won't put your name.
Hmm.
After all, you have a baby. The baby can be sick tomorrow. So
Hmm.
you go there and disappoint us. So that also shaped me and made me sit up more,
Hmm.
knowing that I have this another human being to take care of my home and then my workplace, my career, still
Hmm.
build, continue my dreams, still work
Hmm.
as a mother. So that's like the main, challenge I've had, and it will still happen until I till I
Correct.
stop
This is a very, very
childbirth.
important thing that you have discussed, that absolutely as women, we have to, we have two careers, as homemakers
Yes,
and as, the
yes,
professional, whatever professional career that we have. And,
of course.
in all societies, no matter what culture you're from, what country you're from, it is expected of women to, take care of a few things. These are not
Yes,
written rules, but it is expected. These are
yes,
invisible things, expectations in the environment and the societies, and they are,
yes,
they're just passed down somehow. You picked up from the environment that these are the things I'm responsible for. And
yes.
being a mother, I think it's a beautiful phase in your life, and you really
Mm,
want to give your child the best upbringing, the best environment, the best sort of love and safety that he deserves or she deserves. So yes, you have talked about a very important point, that it is important to prioritize,
yes.
and it is a very delicate balance. It is absolutely not easy. Most of the days,
Mm,
it
yes.
remains, a mystery how to do it. But somehow or the other, we all find our places and
You have to do it. Yes, you
yeah,
have to. Leslie,
yeah, absolutely,
balance it. You
absolutely.
have to.
Absolutely, it is important. It is a very important stage in one's life to be a parent and to enjoy that parenthood. It's a blessing as well. So,
It
Edward,
is.
yeah, it is. It is absolutely. So, Edward, you mentioned that you love traveling, and you're
Yes.
very keen about it. So, what I would like to ask you is that what is it, the whatever travels that you have done so far, what is one your most fond memory of the travels. Two, has traveling done anything to improve your perspective of things?
Okay. My travel opportunities came from my working with an NGO, Inter-African Committee on Traditional Harmful Practices Affecting
Okay.
Women and Children, such as female circumcision, widowhood rights,
Hmm. Hmm.
early marriage, and
Hmm.
on etc. So traveled to Egypt, we've gone to Ghana, we've gone to Ethiopia, passed through Sudan. I think the most memorable one for me is Ethiopia.
Utopia.
Yes, it was Ethiopia because apart from that, we went in rural areas to really speak to them about female circumcision and know why they perform these acts.
Hmm.
So travel, and then again, it's not just Nigeria. We have youth members from Botswana, youth members
Hmm.
from the Gambia, youth
Hmm.
members from Uganda,
Hmm.
youth members from Tanzania. They
Hmm.
are coming to, we are all coming together with our different
Great.
experiences, yes,
Hmm.
and knowledge. So we share, oh, what's happening in Tanzania? This is what we've achieved. Okay, Nigeria, what's happening here? Okay, in Sudan, what steps did you take, to make this better? Or has this law been passed against female genital mutilation? So that experience, helped me a lot, and that's why I love traveling. And then yes, you go there for these conferences, but at the same time, we have time to also see the country, learn more about, tourists. We go to tourist places and some very, very memorable sites. We go there and then we learn about that country, we learn about that city, and that
Hmm.
stays with you. That sticks. So it's been wonderful. And I traveled at my 20s. I was traveling almost like
This is great.
every 2 years you are traveling to
Hmm.
go speak, and then you come back to Nigeria or your home country, whichever one,
Yeah.
and then you have to also educate them as well
Hmm.
here,
Hmm.
because female circumcision still goes
Hmm.
on in Nigeria. So
Hmm.
we travel to states, different states within Nigeria, and then try to educate them, and then also give them alternatives to what they're doing.
Hmm.
Because most of them, that's their income. So when you take their income away from them, what are you giving them in return?
Hmm. Hmm.
So that's helped me a
Very,
lot.
very important topic that you guys, from a very young age, you have been involved in
Yes.
spreading awareness about it and going to different countries to talk to other people to see what they are doing on these particular issues, and you have made build up a network. So the very fond memory
Yes.
from your travel is that you developed a network. You had so much learning, and at a very young age, you talked to a lot of people on a very important issue, and learn from them how they are dealing with this particular issue. So
Yes.
traveling has helped you understand other people, other cultures perspective on a certain topic that you were related to. So so, so this is wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is a wonderful skill actually. From very early stages of your life, you learn to connect with people. So
Yes.
yeah, that is so important. I was reading a few
Very.
days back on Facebook. Somebody said that before pandemic, this particular pandemic, and after this particular pandemic, the one thing that everybody will realize is that their now total worth is their network.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I think there's
It's
a
your network.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, when you were talking, I said that this is so important. This is one skill that we all need to, promote. And
Mhm.
young children who are watching us or would be watching this particular recording, I think this is a very important message from us. Edwa, who has traveled to so many parts of the world. I have traveled to so
Mhm.
many parts of the world for for
Yes.
for vacationing as well as for professional things. And Edwin, I can absolutely endorse this particular thing that it is so important to get to know the people, stay connected with them, and make memories, good memories, leave good impression with them. So even if you are not signed up there and then on the spot for a job or a
Mhm.
volunteer work, it's okay.
It's
It's
okay.
absolutely okay. It's absolutely
Okay.
okay. just leave a good impression with them, because your attitude is everything.
Exactly.
Your attitude is
Yes,
everything, and
very
it,
true.
yeah. So yes, yes, and it is the positivity everybody is looking at. Your talent and your skills, they are very, very important. But having a hard skill, and then combining it with your soft skills and your positive attitude, that would be very important. And it is going to
Mm.
play a fundamental role in future for all of young
Mhm.
kids and professionals alike, to have a right attitude to do the things that we are doing. So I'd like
Exactly.
to you mentioned that you have traveled, so and you have built up the network, and you have been working from home for the past few months due to this pandemic.
Mm.
So how are you finding the work from home concept? Is it doable? Is it the new normal? Of course,
I'm
it's
not
the new
finding
normal.
it.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm not finding it easy, and I don't think I prefer it. Some people have said they prefer working from home. Others prefer going to the office. But I don't. I prefer going to the office. There's a
yeah,
lot of distraction at home, especially when you have children to take care of
yeah, absolutely.
and trying to keep them,
Occupied when you are doing
engaged,
your work.
occupied while
Yeah,
you are working. It
absolutely.
can be challenging.
Very
It can be
challenging.
challenging, and then also you have to also do their schooling.
Uh, True.
You
Now
have to do their
there are
lessons.
no schools open, and yeah, they
Oh,
are out.
exactly,
Yeah, yeah,
exactly. So
yeah.
it's not. Yeah, I'm not finding it quite easy. It's not funny. I'm hopeful that this whole pandemic goes away soon, so that we all go back to our normal, way of life and just continue, being who we were before this pandemic came up. It's not easy, Sha, but we have to find a way to work around it and just get the best out of it. Bond
Absolutely.
bond
Especially
with
when you're
family
working in a,
members.
yeah, I know it's a lot of challenge, because um, and especially for you as a civil servant, your interaction with humans and listening to their problems and solving them on the spot, it is very important. uh, the human
Mhm.
interaction is very, very important. So Edward,
It is.
yeah, yeah. Well, your job seems to be a very serious one. You're a senior administrator. So, what are the skills that you picked up from England as well as from your Nigeria that are helping you deliver the work that you're doing to the best of your capacities?
Okay. My department deals more on training.
Okay,
We do a lot of training
okay,
and getting that skill or skills we acquired
absolutely.
from our masters in UK really helped us. And then you remember then we did role play.
Yeah, we did
Remember
role play.
we did role
We
play?
did a lot of
Yes,
presentations.
we did a lot of presentations.
Yeah,
We had a lot of interview. They'll watch you and
absolutely.
how you interview people. And then the presentation aspect really helped me.
Oh, yeah,
Having
true.
to face, having to face
Yeah.
you guys in class and talk on it
Uh, and
and
then at the
talk
end,
on a
taking our
particular.
questions and answering our questions when there is no
Exactly.
escape from that. Everybody asks you a nail-biting
Exactly.
question at the end, and absolutely you're not prepared for that question.
You're not prepared. So that helped. That has really helped me here at work. Having to do some presentations and go for and do some organized trainings
Hmm.
for staff and officers, head of service. Some people also go on secondment. So when other agencies
Hmm. Hmm.
require staff, they'll
Hmm.
tell you what they'll tell the my head of service what they want, and then it's your duty to now, okay, this staff can
Hmm.
meet with this
Hmm.
criteria, and then go for secondment for probably 2 years, and then after that come back, or they can extend it,
Oh, this
as
is
they want.
lovely.
So yes, so that's basically what we do in head of what I do in my department do,
Hmm. Hmm.
more of training.
Oh, this is great, Eva. I'm so happy that all the learning you have had as a child from your NGO work, from the travels that you have had, and the degrees that you have gained. They are really helping you in deliver the work that you're doing, and you're honing your skills every day. And you're so
Mhm.
keen on keep learning new things. So this is a very important trait that we all need to have. That we can't be stagnant. We can't say that, okay, I know everything. We can't say that. We can never pass that sort of statement. And this urge to keep learning, keep improving, it's so important. So, my since the time to the program, I was so lovely talking to you, and I can keep on talking, but the time of this program is coming to a close. So, what are a few things that is still on your
Yes.
bucket list?
Ah, skydiving. I want to take a hot, hot, hot air balloon, hot
Okay,
air
yeah.
balloon ride.
Oh, yeah. So
Yes,
that's on
yes,
my bucket list
very,
too. I
very,
want to go to Turkey to do that too. Yeah, I'll go to Turkey
very,
again to
very,
do that
very
too.
important.
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
I would one day want to go for attend the Olympics.
okay. Nice.
At least
Absolutely.
attend the Olympics, and yes, and obviously we've talked about PhD.
Oh,
That
yeah,
too,
yeah.
I hope to do that as well. Yes, I hope to do
Absolutely.
that as well. And one thing I just want to add for the young ones, young professionals, once you get into employment, it's good that you try and engage yourself
Yeah,
and do not run from work. Don't
absolutely.
hide. Don't
Absolutely.
run from work. Try and be a problem solver. When
True.
when your superiors identify you as someone that they can rely on, you would grow very fast, especially in the civil service. In my department, there are two people like that I've
Hmm.
I've observed and noticed that
Hmm.
when we are stuck, we don't know what to do, or my director is like, "Oh, what should we do?" Ask him, and he will get it done. And that has
Absolutely.
helped that particular individual to grow in service. If
Absolutely.
for them to even let you go would be so difficult,
It is.
because they know that you are so valuable to
Hmm.
them, in the
There are
system.
so many
So
tasks
that's
here.
that's one thing. Yes,
Ah.
just for them, and don't be distracted. Social media can be a bit distracting
Hmm.
at times, but just remain focused and work hard, and sky will be their limit.
This is
Thank you.
lovely, coming from your personal experience, and these have played a part in your life, in your success. So these are very lovely
Yes,
messages. And to add to Edward's message, uh, my message to all of us who are watching is that be that light, just like a light that lifts up other people's life and does not, ask anything in return. So become that
yes,
sort of light in other people's life, make people's life easy. This is the sort of message that this particular program and all my guests are trying to give. That be a support, kindness. It is my belief that after this particular pandemic, people are going to realize that kindness and positivity is the new form of currency, and it is going to play a huge role
exactly.
in shaping the future of our children and us.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Edwa. I absolutely wish you more
Thank
success and more power. And I am absolutely glad that you took out time. Thank you so much. I'll
thank you so much. I enjoyed my time.
thank you so much. Thank you, everybody who is watching us. We
Thank
will
you.
come back with another inspiring story pretty soon. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.